dealing with your toddler and their challenging behaviors? Well, I have a workshop that I'm going to be doing. I'm going live on YouTube in about 4 hours, so at 6 p.m. Eastern. And I'm going to be talking all about this one technique that will dramatically reduce your child's tantrums. And that technique is validation. So, validation is something not only toddlers and young children need, it's what all of us really need to calm our frustrations. And I'm going to be telling you, just taking a deep dive into validation and how you can do it effectively so that you can reduce your child's tantrums. So there are really 3 concepts to validation. And one is getting down to their level. 2 is identifying their emotions. 3 is naming their desires. But how does that validate? How does that help reduce tantrums? Well, 1, toddlers are often dismissed as if their problems or whatever does not matter. And that is very frustrating. So while to you, it doesn't matter if you get a blue or a red cup, to a toddler, that can be very frustrating. So when we minimize and say, oh, that's not a big deal, it ramps up the frustration. So think about something you get frustrated about. Maybe you don't like people tapping or like humming or something like that. And it really gets on your nerves. Which me, on the other hand, I'm actually a tapper and a hummer, so it doesn't bother me at all. So someone could be tapping and humming and it's not going to bother me, but it's really going to bother you. So again, it's all about perspective in that, they're young, they have different priorities. So different things get them upset. They're not worried about bills, okay? But just because you have stress with bills doesn't mean that their stress with what they're going through is any less. So not only will we talk about validation, but I think there are some very important things that you need to learn as a parent that gives you a great foundation for reducing your child's tantrums or really preventing them. There are some basic needs that need to be met and some needs of well-being, and I'll be talking about that in my workshop. But just in case you don't come to the workshop, I want to tell you now, one thing I think is very important for all parents to know is the brain development of their child. So in the first year of your child's life, their brain doubles in size. By the time they are 3, their brain is 80% of its adult size. By the time they are 5, their brain is 90% of its adult size. So they're going through a lot of brain development. So I think it's important to get some of these things right during that critical point of brain development, because later on when you try to go back and improve some of these things, it just becomes a lot harder. So when you start from day 1, or when you start when they are very young, it's much easier for them to understand these concepts so they don't have those challenging behaviors later in life or struggle in school or anything like that. So I'm getting ready for a garage sale, by the way. That's why I'm walking around in my garage. So yeah, I really hope that you join me, because I think it's going to be very valuable, especially if you have a toddler that has a lot of challenging behaviors. I think you're going to find so much value in this, and it's free. Okay, I don't need you to buy anything from me. I really want you to walk away from this workshop with a powerful tool that is going to help make your life easier. And that's all I really want. So join me 6 p.m. live on YouTube, and I will be talking a lot about validation and going deep into that. And the great thing is that if you join me live, you can ask questions and get them answered. So I hope to see you later on. Bye.